Hi, welcome to Finspo Sunday. If you're new here, welcome, and thank you for stopping by. If you're returning, thank you for returning. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone. I should almost call this Snowmageddon because I'm sitting here watching the snow come down, as I'm sure many of you are. But today's topic is keeping track of projects and great ideas. I found that even though I can't really airbrush today because opening the window's too darn cold, there are other things you can do to help keep yourself going with productivity and enjoying your art. Keeping track of projects and great ideas. How do you keep track of your projects? If somebody's got a way that they do it and they want to share it with me, please leave a comment. Is your work area clean or cluttered? That's a very important thing also to consider. How do you remember a great idea? Do you just rely on your brain, or do you use technology? Does your computer/phone help or hinder? The list goes on and on of thoughts. The answers and thoughts are my own opinions, and what works for me may not work for you. Share, if it works for you, share what works for you. Maybe it'll work for me too. This video is not sponsored. Weekly worksheet. I have been using Steve Leahy's worksheet for some time. It helps give me a roadmap for the week ahead. Go check it out. I put the link below. I print mine because I can, but you can also use it on a computer. My only takeaway I'm going to tell you is remember, it's okay to change it and make adjustments. I have this and sticky notes at my side hustle, which helps keep me focused on my end goal. And no, I was not asked by Steve to do this. I just volunteered because it's something that, again, it works for me. So please go check out Steve's website. Get his sheet, and maybe even buy some art. How do you keep track of projects? I use a variety of notebooks for different topics. For example, live streams. Sometimes you hear a great suggestion or a great quote. For example, Wednesday Night Live with Timothy John Luke Smith has lots of great quotes, but I ran into trying to remember them days after the live stream. So I started writing them down. I will usually use a blue notepad. There are many others out there. What's your favorite tip or quote you've seen in a live feed? I have a smaller binder. It's the little purple one. And I have dividers in it with various topics and ideas. I think I use the graph paper the most. I keep track of list of materials I use. I keep track if I customize a paint, although if you're just starting out, don't reinvent the wheel. Just follow the descriptions. I can go more into that in a different video. That's not what this video is about. But if I mix something, where I really want to I've customized a color, I write it down so if I need to duplicate it later, I can. I also look at what didn't work and why. It's kind of like a self-reflection so I can improve the next project. Is it, did I have the wrong PSI? Did I have dirt on my airbrush or my brush? There's so many things to look at and tips to remember how to keep all that in order so that next time I can improve and make my next project even better. My little red sketchbook, you'll see the circle around it. I keep that in sticky notes by my bed. Have you ever woke up in the middle of the night and wanted to write down a great idea? It just pops in and you wake up and oh God, I got to write this down. I got to remember it. The first thing many people will grab is their phone or other computer device like an iPad. Well, congratulations. Before you know it, you forgot your idea and you're surfing. Your brain wanted to sleep and you woke it up. That's why I use paper. I use sketchbook, so if something pops into my head, or I even have a night where I can't sleep, I'm not keeping my brain awake with the computer, because that light is really bright and will keep you up. Which leads me to the question, technology. Does your computer help? Your phone, does it help you or hinder? Computers are a great tool. I'm using one now. But there are times, for me at least, a computer will rob me of my creative time. I have found myself saying, I just don't have time to make art. This, of course, is after I went down the rabbit hole of social media, or as my dad would call it when I was littler, the one-eyed idiot monster. When I started keeping track of where my time was going, I realized I might have time if I pay attention to how I use my time. Is your workspace clean or cluttered? Do you spend time searching and then get frustrated because you can't find your paint, cleaner, reference material, and so forth? Then you're so frustrated you just walk away and have to go get a drink or something. I get that. But I found that keeping your workspace neat and clean leads to more productive, creative, happy me. When you're done, clean it and put your tools away. I hope this is something that would also help fellow artists, And lastly, I hope these tips help someone. Please share your tips or questions. The biggest thing to remember is to be flexible. What works for me might not work for you. The answers and thoughts are my own opinions and what works for me. Share what works for you. This video is not sponsored. Thank you for watching and stopping by today. Feel free to leave a comment, ask a question, suggest a topic. If you really want to know more, like and subscribe at the Redhead Artist LLC. See you next time. Have a great week. Bye.